Hello everybody, welcome to the fourth video of the lesson 1 from the grade 10. So in this video we want to learn how to solve a linear system equation. So as you remember, we have two lines. If you recall, we have two lines like this, and they intercept in a point. This point got called the POI, or point of intersection. As you remember, the POI, you're going to see it like this. But basically it's short for point of intersection, and we're gonna find out how we can find out this point of intersection of this line with the method of substitution. So there are two methods that we're gonna learn in the grade 10. That one of them is a substitution. And so for learning, we have the line equations, and there were two forms that we write down the line equation: the standard and the slope and the y-intercept. So as you recall, slope and y-intercept was y equal to mx plus b, and the standard was ax plus by plus z equal to 0 or nothing. So what are we going to do? For the lesson, I'm gonna do an example that you can see it and you realize what I'm gonna do. So for example, y is equal to negative 2x negative 3. Again, this line, for example, this one is negative 2x minus negative 3, and this one we have here, it's 3x minus 8. And as you can see here, we have two lines here. So this one is really easy and real easy for making it work and found the point of intersection. How we're going to do that? First we need to isolate one of the variables when we have something like this. And by the starter, you need to know how to find a variable, one variable from one equation that you can do this. If you don't know how that is, please study that and then come and see the rest of the lesson. So as you can see here, there is a y here. So it's possible when you have something like this, the answer is just given to you. So as you can see here, we need to put a variable in one side and isolate it. So what do I mean by isolating? It means only one variable stands on that side. So as you can see, it's y, and the coefficient of y, it's 1. So here the coefficient of x, or the slope, it's 3, but here it's 1. So what I'm gonna do, as you can see, it means the y is equal to something like this, and again y is equal to something to this. Basically means these two are equal together. So what is gonna happen? So negative 2x negative 3, it's equal to 3x minus 8. And this is a one equation with one variable, and we can just do what we do. So I'm gonna bring, again, if you don't know what is it, please learn it and come and watch the video. So we're gonna bring this here. So we have negative 2x negative 3x, and we're gonna bring this in the other side. So this is because it's negative 3, it's gonna change. So we have negative 8 here plus 3, the negative sign change. And as you can see here, we have here negative 5x is equal to negative 5. So our x, it's negative 5 over negative 5. This negative 5 is right down here, and the other negative 5 we have here, it's going to be here. So our x is basically equal to 1. So x is 1. So we have the x. Now we need to find what our y is, because as you know, we have two variables. So the only thing you're going to do here is just plot the x in one of the equations and you find out what the y is. So for example, I'm going to plot it inside this one. So y is equal to negative 2 times 1 negative 3. It's equal to, so as you can see here, this is negative 2. It's equal to negative 5. So y is equal to negative 5 too. And if you think there is a matter that which of the equation you choose, I'm going to plot in the other one too. So y is equal to 3, sorry, so y it's, I don't know what's wrong with the page, sorry about that. Y is equal to 3 plus 1 minus 8, and as you can see, I don't know what's wrong, it's equal to again -5. So we have here -5 in both, so it doesn't matter again which one do you want to plot in. So how we're going to write now the POI of R. So we have the X here and we have the Y here, as you can see. This is not really good, sorry about it. So what we're going to do, as you remember, this is because it's a point on our page. It has a coordinate with X's and with Y's. So basically the POI, or point of intersection, it's gonna be, so X is 1 and Y it's -5. That's how we solve an equation. So again, what we did, I'm not gonna write down anything, I'm just gonna tell you what we did again. So first we isolate a variable. So for example, here there was easy because we have a variable isolated because we were doing it by the slope and the y-intercept way. But if we don't have it like this, so, and for example, if you see something like 3x minus y is equal to 8, don't get shocked. Just move the variables and make sure only one variable is one in one side. So this is called expression. So as you can see here, we isolate one. So again, isolating one, it means we have nothing in that equation again. So y plus 1, it's not, we don't isolate one when 1 plus 1 is equal to something. So with the 1, it's need to move to the other side. So y is equal to something, yeah, that's an isolated one. Next thing we need to do, it's gonna plot these expressions inside of each other. So as you can see, a y here, a y here, and we're gonna do it and get the answer. So again, I'm gonna go with another example. Let me just do it again. And again, it doesn't matter if you have a y, so this one is easy because I just see that and I did it. But if you don't have any in the one side, you can just do it by this. Just with isolating one of the equation can work for you. For example, in this equation, y it's equal to 3x plus 5, and the other equation we have, it's based on the standard form. So 2x plus y plus 10, it's equal to 0. So as you can see here, when we have something like this, again the y is isolated here, as you can see. So what we can do is just plot the y inside of here. So 2x plus 3x plus 5 plus the 10, it's equal to 0. So where this 3x plus 5 comes, because this 3x plus 5 is equal to 1 in my expression we have here. So when we have the isolated one of them, we can just put it there and find out what it is. And as you can see, because this is equal to y, we have the whole system here. So we have 5x, and we have plus 15 is equal to 0. So what is x? So for example, as you can see here, sometimes you don't even need to change it to find out. You can just see the answer. So here x is equal to -3. X is equal to a -3. So if you don't know what happened here, I moved my 15 here, it became -15, and I just want to find out the x. So -15 over the 5, that was the coefficient of our x. Behind it, it gives us a -3. And now I'm just gonna plot them inside my equation here, and as you can see, so we have a -3, we have a 3 here, it's gonna give us -9, and we have a 5 too, so a 5. So -9 plus 5 equal to -4, it's equal to y, as you can see. So we have the y here too. So the point of intersection here, it's -3 and -4, the py. Again, we're gonna come to it again, and thank you for watching. Again, if you have any question, please put it in the comments. I'm gonna read them one by one and answer them all one by one. Thank you very much for the watching.